Hi, I'm James McBrien. I'm a sports scientist and athletic performance analyst at GWS Giants. Yeah, so I got involved with the Giants in 2011 in our NEFL year. I was did my work placement for uni at the club in my last year of uni, and was fortunate enough to get offered a full-time job at the end of that, and have been there since back at the start, basically. So day to day, basically I'm in charge of tracking everything that the players do, from their on-ground running sessions to their weights to their boxing. Every session that any player does in terms of training, well, we make sure we track that so that we know exactly what they've all done and where every single player's at in their preparation for the upcoming games. The more and more we look into it, the more we realise how important it is to be across all aspects of the players' physical and mental health and well-being, and the understanding of how much impact a very small or slight change in their program or routine can have on game day means that we're now right on top of making sure that we track everything and we look after the player in all aspects of what they do. The rules of the game, particularly over the last few years, have changed a lot with the interchange caps and substitute players coming in and then going out. It's, obviously the people like to see how far a players run because that's something everyone can relate to, but it's a lot of the intensity that they're working at and the sort of high speed stuff that they do. You don't win a game by walking. Anyone can walk 18 Ks in a day, but that's not going to win you a game of footy. So it's how they get to that distance that really makes a difference. Yeah, it's a combination of a few things on game day. So I sit on the bench with Andrew Barnard, our conditioning guy, and we, using the players' game times and the GPS data, we manage the rotations and who comes on and off the field after sitting down with Leon during the week and planning through ideally what we want to happen. Obviously things go wrong during the game, we have to change it a bit on the fly, but making sure that we've got the right players in the right positions and on the field for the right amount of time to manage their output across the game, because obviously you've got some guys who are very aerobically gifted and some guys who are more explosive, and so it's all about managing and having the right players in the right positions at the right times to get the best out of the team as a whole. GPS is something that's definitely developing and continually improving. So when we play at Etihad, we've got the indoor system, so we get to, even with the roof shut, we can still track where the players are running. The GPS units are getting a lot smaller, a lot more well disguised, so that they're less cumbersome on the players. We're getting, there's technology coming through now where tracking devices are actually printed into the jerseys themselves, and that's probably still a fair way off being functional for us yet, but there's still constant involvement in the player tracking in an overall sense, and it's something that it's definitely not going to go backwards from where it is now, that's for sure. We've had a few funny stories over the time, particularly when in our first couple of years when we were out at Blacktown and training on a number of different venues around Western Sydney. There were a couple of times when players left their GPS units on in their jumpers after training and drove off before I could catch them. And once we eventually got back to the club and I collected the units, you could see that they jumped in the car, driven down the M4, gone through the McDonald's drive-through on the M4 there, and then back to the club. So it's there's nowhere they can hide now. The boys, they're always being tracked, even when they least expect it. The black bras they wear with Catapult written on them, that's the pouches that they will put their GPS trackers in. So they sit behind their shoulder blades in the back, and there's a little pouch there for them. And what they wear it in has to be really tight, so the GPS doesn't bounce around and be really annoying for the players. So in pre-season, they've got the singlets on because it's hot. They have to wear the black bra underneath so that the thing doesn't jump around, and then obviously when they're doing their running sessions afterwards, they don't want to be doing kilometre runs in their singlets, so they take them off, and you guys get bombarded with all the comments about them wearing sports bras. So it's just for their GPS, nothing more to it than that. So what I do is only obviously a small part of the footy club at the Giants, and whilst it's only one person doing a little thing, the impact that has overall is the same as any business. Everybody has to play their role and do their own little part for the whole team to work and come together cohesively. And at the end of the day, for us, that's everyone doing their bit with the end game to try and win games of footy. And if not everyone's pulling their weight and doing their bit, then you're not going to have the ultimate success at the end of it.